then thanks for watching the rerun. Obviously, we're just going to hang out tonight, play some games with this conversion Porygon 2 team that we've been playing this week. And I'm trying to see if I can get the stream up live on my desktop, because I like to keep a screen just showing that the stream's going all right. I've got two screens here, so just to kind of tell you about it before everyone kind of jumps in. So I like to just keep a screen up to make sure everything's kind of running smoothly on the right here. So I'm just gonna load that up. Hopefully it's showing me is online. I'm hoping it does. It does. There we go. Got it working. Nils, hey. Yuri, how are you? How are you both? Is the stream working all right, or is it lagging? Is it being a pain? It shouldn't be. Stream is live. I'm here for you. YouTube. And Cho man, glad I could come. Hey man, how are you? Thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. It's great to have you here with everyone else. Should be a lot of fun. We'll just give it a few minutes, and hopefully we get a few other people joining us, and then we'll jump on to the battle spot. I've got it all loaded up, so we should have some good games tonight. Maybe a little bit laggy, but looks good now. Oh, good. I think it was lagging initially, Yuri, so hopefully it's kind of all sorted itself out. Hey Jason, how are you, mate? How is everyone anyway? Hope everyone's having a good week. You're all right. So looking forward to hanging out with you all again and getting some games in. So that's not a bad time then. 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. I always kind of worry a little bit about times for kind of suiting what would suit everyone best. So if you guys have preferences, obviously let me know, because we can always rework, if I can even speak, the times that we do it. And you know, as we go through this season, I really want to kind of increase doing more streams, because I do really enjoy them. But at the minute, it kind of just fits in perfectly with what I can kind of manage at the minute with YouTube and this. So, but hopefully I want to increase the stream a lot more as we go through. But if 8 p.m. works out great for everyone, then that's awesome. Nils. Hey Nigel, how are you, mate? Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Great to have you here. Nils, what are you talking about? CP? Maybe good, need more CP. Yeah, I think I've got 0 CP at the minute. My CP train will start later this season, and I will 100% be at Worlds this next year. 100%. I'm confident. Hopefully, anyway. There's so many good players now, it's so difficult, but there's plenty of events to go to and get CP from, so should be alright. Only 20 in Europe. Mr. Gratz, hey, how are you, mate? Thanks so much for stopping by this evening. Wow, there's loads of you tonight. It's great. Awesome. So we'll give it maybe a couple more minutes, and then we'll jump into some matches and stuff like that. Yuri, also I feel kind of bad that CP is Lily Cole. Don't feel bad with that, Yuri. Lily Cole's cool. Lily Cole is cool. It's been the shout recently as well. It has been the call recently. It's won 2 regionals, and it's had good finishes at a lot of other events. So it's definitely something that's like I did say before, I think on last week's stream, that I was thinking of Lily Cole, you know, being a good shout going into it. I think people are going to kind of jump onto that a bit more now and probably counter it a bit more because of its good finishes. So maybe that will fall off a little bit, but we don't know going forward. It's still a good shout. I'm missing chat. All good, except Doc sent me home. Oh, Jace, really sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better super soon, mate. There's nothing worse than feeling ill. It's rubbish. So hopefully the stream tonight can help lift your spirits a little bit, mate. Yuri, you're at 30 CP. You're on the road though. You're doing good. There's the whole season in front of you. Shiny Rowlet, hi, how are you? Thanks so much for joining us this evening. Hopefully it'll be a good stream. I've got a good feeling about tonight. My CP is over 9,000. See, that's the spirit. That's the attitude you need going into this next season. I think it's going to be really, like, even though there's a lot of events, especially in Europe, like big events before the new format comes in. I don't think it matters too much. There's going to be plenty of events in the new year with the new format where you can rack up those CP if you need to. Charlie Rowlett, you've got 380 CP already. That's insane. That's crazy. You've already got your Worlds invite. You need to be pushing for that day two and all those trips to all the other internationals. And Nigel, I'm good, thanks. Just doing some Pokemon Shuffle. Nice. Awesome. Having a curry. Excellent. That sounds like a perfect evening. And Yuri, I have a Dragonite with 2000 CP. Of course you do. CP is championship points, so that's, I don't know whether that's sarcasm or not, but if it's not, totally championship points, and you go to sanctioned events, which are live organized tournaments run by the Pokemon Company, where you go, and depending on your finish at the events, then you can rack up enough of them, and that'll kind of get you a Worlds invite or maybe a paid trip to somewhere. So attending the events throughout the season just helps you kind of get to Worlds, which is kind of the end goal. And once you're at Worlds, then just have a great time, get really good experience from playing some of the top players around the world, and you get to meet some of the coolest people from around the world. Like, Worlds is literally the best event ever. I would recommend it to anyone if anyone can go. And this next season's a really good year to kind of try and get your invite, because they've lowered the bar down for that day one invite. So making it and opening it up to a lot more players, rather than keeping it to a really small selection of players, which I think is a really good idea, to be honest. What scarf Tapu Fini caught me completely off guard. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, the Scarf Fini, when we played, it's been really good. I've been playing around with Specs Fini and Scarf Fini, and obviously I think I prefer Scarf, especially in this team, I think, to Specs. Specs Fini is something, like, I love Specs Fini, it's so good, but I kind of started the season off where I just wanted to play Support Fini, but I think the more offensive variants are just really underrated, and kind of now kind of starting to peak. So yeah, they, especially in a best of one format as well, you know, they do kind of catch you off guard. It's the same with like Scarf Lele as well, you know, you can get tripped up quite easily by them. So so Yuri explaining championship points, which is cool. Audio is a bit low. Okay, let me turn the audio up. Okay, how is the audio now? Is that any better? Let me know. If it needs turning up a bit more, I can adjust it, turn it up a bit more. Hopefully that'll work. Yuri, the Netherlands is so free that Type Null can get second in an MSS. Netherlands has got some cool players. You've got you've got Yip. There are players that I am forgetting. I like the Dutch players. There's some strong players there. And see, yeah, Nils, 50 CP always helps. That's good now on the audio. Awesome. That's great. Excellent. Right, let's jump into it. So, before we do, I made a few changes to the team that we've played on the School of Hard Knocks this week. Like I've mentioned in a lot of the comments that we kind of been thrown backwards and forwards, the Cortana had the Gracium Z, and it really conflicted with the Porygon 2 with the conversion. So we've switched the Cortana. We went for a suggestion that one of you guys threw out and put an Assault Vest on it. And I've played a few games with it, and it's been working really well. So hopefully tonight we'll be able to kind of showcase that a little bit more. So we've got our first opponent of the day: Celesteela, Arcanine, Gastrodon, Alolan Marowak, Tapu Lele, and Garchomp. So what do we do here? Let's think. Right. I mean, the conversion P2 is going to be really easy to set up, I think. The Marowak could be a bit of an issue, so I might, like, Arcanine and its Intimidate could be really good here. We could possibly see the Lele come out as a lead to stop the Fake Out support. And I think just with the inclusion of Gastrodon, I want Cortana and probably Fini as well. So I might go with the Finny and leave Togedemaru at home. There's not really much threat from electric type attacks on my opponent's end of the field. Gigalith could be good here, but then I think with the Sulk strategy and just Scarf Finny, we might be alright. Actually, the Sulk strategy doesn't conflict a bit with the Gastrodon because we wouldn't be able to get that off, but we do have Muddy Water, I guess. I'm going to lock in with it anyway. The Gastrodon's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll just have to play around it, I think, as best we can. So, how much CP will you get for top 64? 130, yeah, and that's in internationals, so that's a massive amount of CP. It's nearly as much as you get for winning a regional, which is crazy. So we'll lead off with Porygon 2 and Arcanine. We see my opponent lead off with Arcanine and Tapu Lele. So we will get a handy Intimidate drop onto the opposing Arcanine. We do see that we're faster than the Lele as well, which is quite nice information going into this next turn, because we do have Snarl on Arcanine now. That was another change I made. I got rid of Helping Hand. I felt like I wasn't really utilising it very much. It wasn't coming in as handy as I kind of needed it to, whereas Snarl kind of provides nice coverage against stuff like, especially Mimikyu. I always find with Mimikyu where I feel like I don't want to just launch a single target attack into the disguise, whereas if I've got the Snarl, I can kind of get a bit more buck for my money. So we'll go for that Z conversion. Just make sure I do lock into that, because I had a match when I was practicing yesterday and I didn't do the Z conversion. And I'll go for a Snarl with Arcanine as well. So, and we've got new claws as well. We've got new claws on our trainer, which is kind of cool, I guess. Mr. Gratz, while I was testing my team with your P2, I thought about running Protect on him. What's your opinions on this? Yeah, I think Protect is actually like a really good option on it, because it's so offensive and so fast, and you've got nice support options within the team. I think it probably would work really well. I just kind of prefer the recovery option that you've got there, because it's so bulky once you get the the conversion boost, that you can kind of utilize the recovery a little bit more. But Protect's definitely something I would definitely test going forward. So we've just taken a Snarl from the opposing Arcanine. Likelihood is here we're going to see the Tapu Lele probably switch out, because it is threatened from a Shadow Ball. Probably won't go down to a Shadow Ball, but it probably wants to reset those Snarl damages, so we're probably better off going into the Arcanine here. And I'm going to switch my Arcanine out, preserve that Intimidate for later on in the game, and bring in Tapu Fini. So let's see if this Lele sticks around or not. It might Protect, and it might even stay in and just attack the Arcanine to pick up the KO there. No, there's the Lele switch, so... And Garchomp coming in now. We'll probably see the opposing Arcanine just go for another Snarl, I would imagine. So if he gets Shadow Ball off into Arcanine, because of that Snarl, we're not doing too much. Ooh, and we see a roll. Okay. We do get Arcanine back on the field. Okay, so that kind of really scuppers our plans a little bit. I think one thing we could do is go for an Extreme Speed and a Moonblast into the Garchomp. The problem is if the Lele comes back in for that Arcanine, then we won't get the Extreme Speed off. Should be a bit awkward. I'm going to go for it anyway. I don't think the Lele is going to come back in at this point. So let's go for the Moonblast Extreme Speed. The Arcanine switching out. I mean my words. But it's Celesteela, so that's fine. Okay. We're probably just going to see an Earthquake. Might be Scarf Chomp. We do get the Extreme Speed off, and that should put it into range now. That will proc our Berry as well. And there's the Moonblast, so not a Scarfed Garchomp. Might be Assault Vest though. Yeah, that's Assault Vest Garchomp, I think. It's not Assault Vest Garchomp, just a bulky Garchomp. But we do outspeed it, so we can get rid of it before it can utilise any of those big Tectonic Rages or anything like that. I think we just go for a Flare Blitz into the Celesteela. Kind of has to protect here, really. Or I might go for a Leech Seed, but getting any damage onto it now is going to be quite handy. So we'll go for a Moonblast into the Garchomp. And we'll just Flare Blitz. Like, one thing I think that could go wrong here is Garchomp maybe protect Celesteela, reveal Bulldoze, which would put us in a bit of an awkward position, but I don't know how likely this Celesteela having Bulldoze is. Why is Pelipper so much more common than Politoed? I'm a bit biased towards the Toad, lol. I don't know. I think Pelipper, because of its ground immunity, I guess, and it has access to Tailwind, and the speed control there is pretty huge. So I think that probably just edges it on Politoed for the most part. I do think that Politoed, if it had access to its tutor moves, if it had access to Icy Wind and Helping Hand, it would definitely be probably the more preferred option that players would kind of go for. But I think this season, just that ground immunity, we don't have many Pokemon that are really have got that ground immunity. You don't have many options for it, and especially with the speed control as well, it kind of pairs up really nicely. So I guess that's probably one of the big reasons for Pelipper kind of having the jump this season. So here we've got Lele out. Arcanine has just come in, gotten Intimidate off, but we know from earlier in the match that we do outspeed this Lele. What I'm going to do is switch out my Tapu Fini into P2 because I want to try and lock ourselves into something different coming in later in this game. We should be able to take down this Lele here with Arcanine, even intimidated. We're going to bring P2 and get that attack boost from the download ability again. And yep, pick up the KO on the Lele, and we're just left with the Celesteela and the opposing Arcanine. So, just see another Snarl. P2 actually avoids, but Arcanine does take the brunt of that. So what do I want to do here? And my opponent has lost connection, which is really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I think we would have been alright. We still had all 4 Pokemon there. I know we kind of lost our conversion boost earlier on to the roll, but we still had the Sock strategy that we could have utilised later on in the game, so I think we would have been alright, I think. So, let's catch up on the comments. Right, what are we saying? Shawnee Rowlett, are you playing or commentating in Bilbao? I'm commentating. I got asked to if I'd like to join the casting team in Bilbao, so I'll be there with Marcus, Jay and Lou, who's new to the casting team, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be an amazing event. I think it's the first special event that we've ever live streamed, so it should be really cool. And over in Spain as well, it's really nice kind of going abroad to do that. So I'm really looking forward to doing some casting on some of you guys as well, because I'm sure some of you guys are going over there. If you are, I know Niels is going, I know Yuri's going, but I'm not too sure who else is going. So if you are going, let me know, because I will have time in between when I'm not on stream and stuff like that. I can always pop out, and it'd be nice to kind of catch up with you guys and meet some of you that I've never had the chance to meet before. So that'll be cool. Are you attending, Shiny Rowlett? Are you attending Bilbao? And building on that huge CP total that you already have. What have we got? Right. Well, what's Yuri talking about? My round 7 opponent in the MSS protected on Tokol outside of Trick Room with his Katana. I had Hariyama next to it. He didn't seem to enjoy the Inferno Overdrive killing through Protect. Yeah, that Inferno Overdrive on Tokol I think it's so good because it kind of pulls you out of really, really tight situations, and not many players really expect the Inferno Overdrive. Kind of expecting more the top, like the charcoal item or maybe a super berry, but just having the Z move and being able to like nuke opponents with it when and as you want, especially in the sun, it's so good. I found it really, really enjoyable when I played that. Where are we going? Do I like the new Ultra Beasts? Oh my god. The new Ultra Beasts are so cool. I think they're even better than the Ultra Beasts that we have. What was the crazy one called again? It looks like a kind of hundreds and thousands, like a little clown sort of thing. That one is like literally probably one of the coolest Pokemon designs ever. And I know a lot of people don't like that one. I can't remember its name. I'm gonna have to Google it now. New Ultra Beasts. I'm sure it's got a really simple name as well, hasn't it? Where are they? Let's find them. Let's go onto the Sun and Moon website. It's probably going to glitch out the stream, probably. Eat up all my... Oh no, this doesn't tell me about the new ones. This is just all the old ones. I'm sure you guys know though. So you guys can let me know. Burst, yeah, that's it, Burst. Yeah, Burst is like the coolest Ultra Beast ever. I love it. I think it's amazing. What do you guys think of the new Ultra Beasts? Oh, Nigel, you can't... Can you not attend, Bilbao? That sucks, man. But there's plenty of events left throughout the season, so we'll definitely hook up at events in the future. And we've got London coming up as well, so that's going to be huge, and that'll be amazing. I thought you said you were gone, Yuri. I thought you were like confirmed 100% for Bilbao. Sorry, I honestly have just dreamt this conversation up, obviously. And Mr. Grazzi will be in London, so that'll be awesome. That'll be cool. Yes, and Burst. Command Block. Hey, how are you, man? Thanks for dropping by the stream tonight. Great to have you here. I don't know how you can say Burst looks creepy. It looks like it's so cute. It's like cool. It's kind of badass in the same way that it's kind of like really just like a cool design. I don't know. I guess I can see the creepy side of it, but like in a kind of it sort of sense, but it's cool. I think it's going to be really good as well. It'd be really interesting to kind of find out its typing. So it'll be really good. You're scared of clowns. That would do it for you, definitely. We'll hop on, see if we can find another opponent now and get another match underway. And Nigel, London will be super. I can guarantee that, Lee. Yeah, I think I can't wait for London this year. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be really good because you've got like the hype of just the big event, but you've got the hype of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon out that weekend as well. So it's going to be like everyone's going to be just having crazy time. It's going to be amazing. So, we've got our next opponent, Saturn, and they are running a team of Tapu Lele, Porygon 2, Arcanine Hariyama, Tapu Fini, and Garchomp. So, seeing that Hariyama just makes me want to do Ghost Conversion. We do still have to be a bit careful, you know, there is the knockoff threat and things like that we have to be a bit careful of, but I think the conversion here is going to be really good. We can get good damage onto the Tapu Lele. There's obviously a Trick Room switch in this team as well that we need to be a little bit careful of between the P2 and the Hariyama. And Gigalith isn't really something that I kind of want to bring to this match because of the Hariyama. But it's going to be good against Garchomp. Even, you know, we can wall out Finny. Cortana's going to be good here, I think. But I think we'll probably need Intimidate support. So we might go P2, Arcanine lead again. Infinity and Cortana in the back, because again we've got no real threat of electric types from my opponent, so yeah, let's lock in with that and see if we can have another goal and get another good result. So yeah, Assembly's cool as well. I think Assembly looks really cool. It kind of reminds me and kind of gives the impression off like it might be like a real kind of like Celesteela sort of type Pokemon, like really bulky. Oh no. Sorry about that, my phone is ringing, but I have to cancel it. Yeah, I feel like Assembly will be kind of like a Celesteela sort of Pokemon. I could be totally wrong. It could be really super offensive, but it kind of seems like it would be a bit more slower and bulky. But you never know. You never know with Pokemon. So we see my opponent lead off with Hariyama and Tapu Fini here. We're probably going to see the Hariyama fake out into P2. You've got to imagine. I think what I'll do is I'm going to go for the Z conversion. If we do get faked out, then we do. But I'm going to go for a Snarl because this Tapu Fini might go for a Calm Mind. But we're not going to see any fake outs at all. So you've got to imagine the Hariyama probably goes for a close combat straight into this Porygon 2. It'd be amazing if we can see it go for an all-out pummeling. That'd be ideal. But I don't know how likely that is. We do get the Snarl off. We are going to reduce the attack power of that Tapu Fini, which is nice. We do need to be a bit careful as well. You know, there's every possibility it could have Haze. But I kind of think that the Calm Mind there kind of throws the Haze option out the window. And what's the Hariyama going to do? Close combat? Yeah, so into the P2. So I think what we'll do is we'll concentrate down on the Hariyama now. We'll go for a Shadow Ball. And do we go for a Flare Blitz into that slot, or do we just keep... I'm just going to keep snarling just to kind of make sure that we're not letting this Fini get too carried away with its special attack, because we've got Kartana in the back that can he can come and deal with it if it does get boosted up. That is Assault Vest Hariyama for sure. We are going to get another Snarl off. And we'll see what this Fini goes for. Just going for another Calm Mind, so we don't mind that too much at this point. Oh, and the stream has the stream crashed? I hope it hasn't. Okay, my screen just crashed. Okay, so that's fine. We just see close combat into the Arcanine. And lowering its special defense and defense is kind of doing us a favor here. So I'm going to go for that Shadow Ball again. And I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz this time around into the Hariyama. Just to get rid of it. Because we don't want anything getting knocked off unnecessarily. There's the Shadow Ball. And this Flare Blitz should pick up the KO here. And the Fini will probably go for another Calm Mind, or does it start attacking now? No, just another Calm Mind. Okay. Because I think the idea now is going to be just if we can get rid of all of the threats next to Fini, then as long as we've got Kartana in the back, it can come in and just do a job and clean up that Fini. So, all hail Crazy Gone 2. Yeah. I do love this Porygon 2. It's super good. We'll go for an Ice Beam into Garchomp, and I'm just going to go for another Snarl. I don't expect this to be Scarf Garchomp, but you can never tell. And the Ice Beam, we're on +1, so we should be picking up the KO here. Yep. Clean KO. I don't think the crit really mattered there. I don't think. I hope it didn't. It might have been Assault Vest, and we'll just get another Snarl off onto Fini. And it's just going to carry on Calm Minding, which, like I say, I don't mind at all. It's just sitting there. It's been very passive. It's bulking up its special defense. But like I say, because we've got the Kartana in the back, we don't mind that at all. And it's just managing the rest of the board from here. And we see the Tapu Lele come out. And again, we can just Shadow Ball into it. If it doesn't protect and it does go for attack, it's going to go down to a Shadow Ball. And you never know, it might attack into the Arcanine to get rid of that Snarl option. But if it does that, then it gives us a free switch into Kartana this next turn. Do you see that it's Scarfed Lele? It is going to pick up the KO onto Arcanine, but we're going to just KO it right back. And like I say, we've got the Kartana to come in now and start doing the business. Ooh, so actually surviving. Okay. And Tapu Fini actually starting to attack. So I'm not going to bring in Cortana just yet. I don't want to take in an unnecessary psychic. And I'll go for a Shadow Ball into Lele, and I'll go for a Moonblast into the Finny. Do I go for a Moonblast? Could soak it, to be honest. No, I'll go for a Moonblast into it. There's a Psychic into the P2. Okay, so it's just going to carry on Calm Minding. Let's see what its boosts are like. What's it on? +2. Okay. Let's bring in Cortana now. Only problem is it's a little bit risky because we don't want... We are Assault Vest, so we should be taking its attacks a lot easier than we would have without the Assault Vest. We just kind of got to hope that it goes for maybe another Calm Mind here, which it's likely to do. Just a Moonblast into P2, into Cortana. But that Assault Vest coming in massive there. Does lower special attack, but Cortana's not going to care about that, and we are going to be able to close up this game now with a Leaf Blade and a Shadow Ball. So we'll get a little bit of chip with the P2. And there's a Leaf Blade. It should be in range now. Yeah, and good game to my opponent. But like I say, we kind of had a game plan once it started going for the Calm Minds. To get that Cortana in at the end and just clean up, and it kind of worked out that way. So not a bad win. Not a bad win. But the team's working really well, and I do like it. And I do like the change to the Assault Vest on Cortana. We had a suggestion for maybe Assault Vest on Gigalith, but I feel like the Cortana, it works a lot better with. And Cortana was a weird Pokemon to put the Assault Vest back on because it was so popular at around London last year. And it had this big surge and became really popular, and you had players like Ben Kiriakou kind of bringing it and doing really well all the way to top 4 in London, and then it kind of snowballed from there, and then it really dropped off where you had the variants of Focus Sash, which is still around, the Gracium Z, the subset, and then the Scorp Lens set that kind of took off from the Smogling guys. So there's been not very much usage of Assault Vest recently, but there's a lot more warrant, I feel, for it now, because you've got a lot more Marowaks in the format, a lot more Metagross in the format, and the Night Slash is actually relevant as well. You know, it hits Oranguru for good damage, the Metagross, Marowak. So if you can chip those Pokemon, you can put them into range for Cortana to pick up like easy KOs as well. And the extra bulk is obviously really nice as well with Cortana, because it's just lacking in that completely without it. So yeah, right, let's get back to the chat before I jump into anything else. And Shiny Rowlet, I did know that the UB's base stats are all prime numbers, which is interesting. So I don't think they'll change that going into the next ones. I can only imagine your opponent's mind melt. I can only imagine your opponent's mind melting every time this thing Z converts. I do think that every now and again. I think my opponent must think, who is this noob? What is he doing? Why is the Porygon 2 using a Z move? Because the Eviolite's such a good item on it. It's such a solid item, and I would probably argue that it's still probably a little bit better than the Normalium, but I don't know. The thing is, like, we keep playing with it, and it keeps doing really well. It's doing a lot better in battles than I even thought it would do. I thought it was a really cool idea, and I thought it would be more of catch your opponent off guard, but I do think it's got legs in a best of 3 format as well, because the thing is, with the support that we've got, I don't think there's a lot of times, if you just haven't got a way to stop the Z convert or kind of nullify it, then it's just going to just run through your team because of the sheer bulk of it. And I mean, there's episodes on the School of Hard Knocks this week where it's taking a Helping Hand Tech Rage from a Garchomp, and it's not even been at full health when it's taking that. So You know what a bulky EVO like Porygon 2 is like to take down, and this is kind of close to that. I wouldn't say it's the equivalent bulk, but it is very close to that. But I think the sacrifice that you give for that defense that you get with the speed and the extra special attack is definitely worth it. And the type change is also nice as well. But there's loads of different variants that you can kind of go down with experimenting, from electric type to ice type to all sorts. So options are limitless. Even psychic type, I did mention to was it Yash, I think, mentioned that psychic type might be a good option with Tapu Lele. So there's loads of options with Porygon 2. It's crazy. So hopefully we see a rejuvenation of this, and maybe see it at events soon. I don't know, maybe not though as well. All hail Crazy Gone 2, definitely. I don't mind, but Finny does, yes. So can't mind. The Finny is rather caught in a catch-22, but the game's already run. Yeah, that's true. Do you feel it hinders you at all having the Gigalith with no Trick Room of your own? I'd like to have a Trick Room option in the team, but I just can't see where I can fit it in without changing Pokemon. And I think Gigalith's, it kind of works a little bit like how Snorlax kind of operates in certain teams, where it's kind of like a bit of a Trick Room deterrent. And if Trick Room goes up, I can bring it in. But I think the biggest thing for Gigalith in this team is just the kind of the momentum swing it gives you against rain in particular, and Torkoal as well. It's a nice Pokemon just to have against opposing weathers, and I think just for that it kind of warrants it. I have thought about doing a very specific spread for Gigalith in this team, where we don't really run it very slow. We kind of maybe creep other Pokemon like Araquanid that maybe go min speed, so we can get the jump on that before it attacks. But then again, if a Trick Room goes up and you're going up against Pokemon like that, it's likely that you're going to be in a Trick Room setting, so you're going to want to be as slow as possible in that situation so you can get your attacks off. And then I think if you can get a couple of curses off as well, and maybe, you know, that was the other reason for me putting Snarl on Arcanine, it kind of really benefits Gigalith a little bit more with that curse boosting. So it's just a different outlet for Gigalith to operate. And the matches that I've kind of brought it, I don't feel like I've really missed Trick Room. I think there was one match where I did when I was just testing the new changes, where at the end of the game it came down to a Tapu Lele on really minimal health and Tapu Fini on they were both in the yellow, and if I had a Trick Room mode in that team, the game would have been over way before that, because Gigalith just was so slow, I just couldn't keep up with the pace of those two. Then it meant I lost. So there are situations where I think the Trick Room would be nice, but then there's other situations where the team just kind of walks through my opponents. I don't feel like it's definitely necessary, but maybe changing the Gigalith spread up slightly might be an option around that. I think probably because this is just a Gigalith that's been pulled out of a Trick Room core that I ran, I think, really early on in the season with my Tapu Lele team. So yeah, to answer your question, it's a difficult one, but I think in this team specifically it works alright, and I don't feel like it's lacking too much. I feel like it's just a kind of Pokemon that you bring to certain matchups, and those matchups it works really well and doesn't really need Trick Room to operate. So I guess, but further testing will kind of, and you know, I can also change things up in the team, so we can see how it goes, and if we can pull in something else to kind of support the rest of the team. It again as well, the problem is if you want to put a Trick Room mode in with this P2, which Trick Room setter do you go for? Because you're already turning yourself into a Ghost type, and the majority of Trick Room setters are a Psychic, either Ghost themselves, so you're kind of doubling up on weaknesses, which you don't really want to do. You could go down Whimsicott is an option there, I think, and Smeagol is an option there. But outside of that, and Comfy as well, but then you kind of limited with, you're doubling up on maybe Tapu weaknesses there, going down that route, so it is difficult. Snorlax might be a good option in there, because you've obviously got the Ghost typing of Porygon 2, and then you've got the normal typing of Snorlax, so that could that could work as well, but I just feel like losing Gigalith kind of loses you the rain matchup a lot, so, and kind of doesn't give you good answers against other weathers, which can just kind of sometimes just overwhelm you just by the sheer offense that they have. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. Good question. Right, Yuri. Yes, the stream crashed. Oh, did it? You don't mind, Finny? Oh, right. Okay, I'm just reading comments again. Sorry, guys. I love the stream and I really want to try it now. Well, I am. Tomorrow evening's episode of the School of Hard Knocks, I will be putting the paste bin of this team up and a QR code of this team up on the channel tomorrow night in tomorrow night's episode. So I will get that sorted after the stream tonight and make sure it's all there, and then I'll post that up for you all to try out and test out as much as you want. And if you've got any questions about it once you've started playing it and things like that, I think, why is this Pokemon in there, or why is that spread like this, just ask me. I'm always around and happy to answer any questions you guys have, and I hope you do try it out. If anyone's attending events this weekend and wants to play it, let me know, because I can always trade you the team to play over the weekend as well, so that's also an option if anyone wants to play it. So the invite is out there for you guys, but we'll get into another game now, because by the time I think I find an opponent, I should be caught up with the chat. Yuri, I might want to use it if I fail in the MSS again next week. All the Dutch people are mean and counter team Lilycall. Yuri, just use this team. I will trade you it. You can use it. You can use it. That would definitely be good, and we'll teach those mean Dutch players a lesson. No, but I think it would be good, and the same goes for all of you guys. If you want to play it, then let me know. We have Alex from Mexico as our next opponent. 1674 rating, running a team of Aerodactyl, Smeagol, Alolan Raichu, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, and Kartana. So, we do have an Electric Core in here, which is really good for Togedemaru. We've got Tailwind support from the Aerodactyl as well. Could be a bit of a problem. We've got Smeagol as well. It's probably got Follow Me support, Spore, Fake Out, you name it, it's got it. It's just a very offensive, fast team, isn't it, really? Garchomp is probably Swords Dance. You're probably thinking that the Aerodactyl's got Skydrop to kind of support that alongside the Wide Guard, possibly, and Rock Slide and Tailwind. Definitely probably got the Focus Sash. So what are we gonna do? Do we go conversion? I think we probably do go conversion. The other thing we could do is lead off with Scarf Finny, but then it really reveals it if Coco comes out as a lead, and we kind of don't want to give anything away if we can help it early on. So I'm gonna lead the conversion here. Do we want our own Kartana? Yeah, I feel like we probably do, and Tapu Fini as well, just because it's Scarfed. It's going to probably be quite good in the end game if we can kind of manage to get to that point. So, good luck, have fun to my opponent Alex, and let's see if we can do and have another really good game. Yuri, stream didn't crash. You asked if the stream crashed, and I jolly answered it. Yuri, I know you didn't even have my back against Yip when I got those 2 wins. You pulled out a win away from me with that Citrus Berry Arcanine because you've got so much hate for it. And I don't know why. I can't trust you anymore, Yuri. I'm joking, of course. Porygon 2 getting the special attack boost, which is really good. So, this is a bit awkward here because we've got the Fake Out from this Smeagol. We've got Spore as a potential option here. Kartana is probably going to go for a Sacred Sword. You've got to imagine it could have the All-Out Pummeling as well, which wouldn't be good. Because P2 without the boost is not going to be able to take that. I don't want it. What do we do? I could switch in Finny and fake out the Kartana, I guess. Or fake out the Smeagol, maybe. We just go for the conversion boost and fake out. Oh, we run out of time, so we're going to fake out something. Smeagol fakes out P2, and we fake out. That was so lucky. That was so lucky. So we see that is actually it is a scoffed Smeagol. It must be. So it's locked into fake out, so it has to switch this next turn. Now you've got to imagine that the Kartana goes for the Sacred Sword or the All Out Pummeling into the Porygon 2. So it could give us an opportunity to switch in Finny here. And just spike his shield, I guess, with Togedemaru and keep a P2 for later on in the game. Yeah, we'll do that. I can't see a Leaf Blade coming in on this slot. If it does, then it's not going to be great. But let's see. We know that the Smeagol's going to switch out this next turn now. There we go. And Tapu Koko coming in. So the Kartana might actually go for the Sacred Sword into the Togedemaru, really. Wanting to get rid of it so that Koko and possibly the Raichu can kind of get going in the game. So we could have went for the conversion. It's very risky though. If we lose P2 early on, it kind of really limits us what we can do going later on into the match. Oh dear. And we see Kartana go for a Sword Stance, which is not good. I mean, we can double into the Kartana here with Finny. We could turn it into a water type, which wouldn't be a bad idea, because then we can get the Zing Zap onto it and do a bit more damage. And then when our Kartana comes in, we've got the Leaf Blade we can also deal with it with, so let's do that. Don't think the Zing Zap will be able to pick up the KO onto it though. Skydrop takes the Finny out of the equation, so we're going to see a Sacred Sword, yeah, into the Togedemaru, take us down to our Sash. It's very close, isn't it? Okay. So does my opponent just attack into the Finny now? Because the Koko will drop it. My opponent probably has to expect that we probably protect with Togedemaru. So if we don't protect with Togedemaru and attack, then the thing is though, if we're locked into Sulk, so we can't really do anything other than that. I mean, we could spike his shield here. But it's so obvious, and I think my opponent will probably know that we'll do that. That's the thing. I'm going to go for the Zing Zap. So there's the Skydrop into the Finny. You've got to hope my opponent targets into this Finny slot and gets rid of it. Leaf Blade into the Finny. Okay, that's not the worst situation in the world, because we are going to get rid of the Kartana. Okay. And the Misty Terrain's up, so we can get P2 in. Or we could bring Kartana in, really. Let's bring P2 in. Ooh, and it's Garchomp. Okay. So we've got to be a little bit careful about the Tech Rage here. Do get a special attack boost. So let's go for the conversion and hope we get it off. I'm going to kind of call my opponent's... does my opponent go for the Tech Rage into the Togedemaru? It's kind of wasteful, but just to get rid of it, maybe let that Koko start getting some electric attacks off. What I'm going to do is switch out Togedemaru into Kartana. We can probably see the Tapu Koko go for a Dazzling Gleam, and then we might see a Tech Rage into the Garchomp, into the P2, which might mean we do lose the P2, which is not going to be ideal. But we just see a Skydrop. Okay. I don't... we're going to see another Sword Stance, yeah. Huh. Okay. So I think we'll probably lose P2 here. You've got to imagine. We'll go for the conversion again. And I'll go for a Leaf Blade. You never know, we might get... Oh, well, crit's not even going to take it down here. This is difficult, this match. Hey Rich, how are you, mate? Sorry, I'm trying to... I'm not ignoring the chat intentionally. You see the Sky Drop, you're probably going to see the Tech Rage. You've got to imagine into the P2. Do get the Leaf Blade off into the Garchomp, which is nice. And here comes that Tech Rage. Without the boost, there's no way we take this. Unless it's into Kartana. But you can't imagine it will be. No, it's into the P2. P2. Okay. Right, so we've got Togedemaru left. Which isn't the worst thing in the world, because we can take down the Call. Well, we can fake out the Call, Leaf Blade into the Garchomp again, which will pick up the KO onto that. And this Call's probably Assault Vest, so... Does the Garchomp protect here? That is the question. Maybe. Probably does. No protect, so we're going to take the Garchomp out. We will get a Beast Boost, so... And the nice thing is, the Smeagol coming in, we know it's Scarfed, but it can't Spore Kartana. So... can obviously follow me, but we're just going to protect Togedemaru here. And I'm just going to Leaf Blade into the Tapu Koko. Might see another Sky Drop come out, or a Dazzling Gleam maybe. You've got to imagine the Tapu Koko with Sky Drops, probably Assault Vest. I just wonder if a +1 will be enough to take this down. But we might just see a Fake Out come out onto the Kartana here from the Smeagol. Smeagol goes for Sky Drop. Okay, that's a super new tech that I haven't seen before. Hidden Power. Ah, Hidden Power Fire. Okay. So, leaving that right until the very end. Which is a shame, but very well played from my opponent. I think the problem was there, we just got very, very complacent turn 1, and we should have went for the conversion rather than worry about maybe an all-out pummeling coming out from the Kartana. I think just getting too scared of possible techs that were there that weren't really just ended up costing us the game in the end. But some nice techs from my opponent, good game to Alex, but we lose, unfortunately. Never mind, never mind. We'll move on to our next game. I know, right? Yeah. Okay. That speed drops 4 right. Where are we going? I know, Skydrop Smeagol. That's crazy. I guess it's a really good tech on Scarf Smeagol as well, because if you can kind of once you've like used the Fake Out, you're going to switch it out, so when you bring it back in again, it's later on in the game, and you know your opponent might expect the Fake Out again, or a Spore or something like that. But the Skydrop comes in really handy, especially with a team with so much. We saw that the Kartana had Sword Stance, the Garchomp had Sword Stance, so you know, around so much setup, it's not a bad option, and a good tech from my opponent. We'll jump straight into another game, because I want to put that one under the rug if we can, and try and build on that a bit. But I think it was just our own downfall there that kind of cost us the game, so it's a bit unfortunate. Said it would fail, yes. Unfortunate. And thankfully we have our next opponent. They're playing a team of Tapu Koko, Murkrow, Porygon 2, Kartana, Gigalith and Arcanine. So there's definitely Trick Room switching here. You can see that with the P2 and the Gigalith, unless it's exactly the same as what we're running, but I very much doubt that. We've got Fast Mode Koko Kartana, which is really, really strong. The Murkrow there is interesting because it's got access to Prankster, has things like Quash, Tailwind. It will have Foul Play, so it will cause P2 a few issues if we do get the conversion boost up with that Ghost typing. And the Arcanine to kind of round things off with that Intimidate support and its Fire type attack. So, what do we do here? I mean, again, Togedemaru and P2 isn't too bad a lead. And Finny and Kartana again isn't too bad, but then Arcanine is quite a nice option to have just for the Intimidate, especially for that Kartana. Reduce the damage from the opposing Arcanine as well. And the Snarl might come in quite handy for later in the game. So I might leave Kartana at home here and just bring... Do we bring Finny? Yeah, let's bring Finny. Just so we've got a way of changing terrains as well if we need to. Alright Yuri. So, yeah. The game said Smeagol used Skydrop, but it failed. Yeah, he failed. I get it. I don't know why it failed, actually. I don't think I saw Moody even... Yeah, Moody did activate. Hi man, how are you? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Great to have you here. We're just kicking into another match. We just had a bad result against the Scarfed Skydrop Smeagol, which was just crazy. So, see my opponent here leaving off with Tapu Koko, Arcanine. We do get the special attack download boost, which is ideal. Here we can just go straight for that conversion. Z conversion with our P2 and go for a fake out into the Arcanine, which is really the only thing that's threatening us right now. The Koko, it's kind of forced to go for a Dazzling Gleam. If it tries to go for a Taunt, then be my guest, because it can't stop the Z move, so that's fine. It kind of stops us getting recoveries off later on in the game, but we can stall that out hopefully. So we will just go for that. I don't see much wrong going for that turn here. We might see the Koko switch out. May see something like Kartana come in. But whether it does or not will be another story. Yeah, maybe accuracy drop. I don't know. It's weird why it failed. I'll have to have a look. I'll have a look after this game. See if we can see what the reason was. See it's Koko switch out, as we kind of expected. Murkrow coming in. And we're going to get this almighty Z conversion off with our P2. And my opponent now is thinking, what is he doing? The thing is, what we really need to be very careful of is this foul play from the Murkrow, because it is going to be doing a lot of damage to our P2 because we've not got any way to kind of shut it down. So I'm going to double into it here with a Zing Zap and an Ice Beam just to make sure that we do take it out. Because we just don't want to be taking that big damage on P2 at all. And the Arcanine, you know, can take Togedemaru down to its Sash. Could potentially have Raw as well, you know. We might have another situation like we had a few games ago, but we can play around that. So let's see what my opponent decides to go for here. Yeah, you're right, it would say that it avoided the attack rather than it failed, so I don't know what really went on there. It was a bit weird. So Mandibuzz, Murkrow, it's not a fat bird, does get the Tailwind off, reveals the Focus Sash there, and we'll be able to get rid of it before it does any big damage to our P2. My opponent does have the Tailwind now. We see a Flare Blitz into Porygon 2. Are you kidding? Come on. That is not fair. So Arcanine gets a huge critical hit with the Flare Blitz into P2, which I just think is totally uncalled for, and that's a terrible hand to be dealt. We see Cortana hit the field, and we bring in Tapu Fini. We'll get rid of that electric terrain. Feels crit, man. Yeah, the crit. I'm going to switch out Fini into Arcanine. I'm just going to Spiky Shield with Togedemaru. We'll try and stall this Tailwind out. I think we're still alright for kind of closing this game up, but you know, it would have been a lot easier with a P2 rather than without a P2. Especially if we've got the conversion off. So, we'll get the Spiky Shield off. And we have a new follower. So, DocX-15, thank you so much for the follow, man. That is great. We see Leaf Blade into Arcanine and a Flare Blitz into Togedemaru. So, we are going to be able to put a little bit of pressure onto this Cortana now. It is intimidated. We can Flare Blitz quite safely into it, I guess. But do we want to switch out Togedemaru into Tapu Fini? Because where are we with Tailwind at the moment? Is this the last? No, we've got 2 more turns of Tailwind. Let's do that. Let's bring in Fini for Togedemaru and go for a Flare Blitz into the Cortana. Hopefully my opponent doesn't read into this. See the Cortana switch, the Arcanine switch out into the Tapu Koko. We'll get that electric terrain up. And hopefully we may see the Cortana, if it is sashed, go for maybe the Togedemaru to try and get rid of it so that Koko can start dishing out some damage. Because as long as the Togedemaru, we've got that on our side of the field, we're kind of really neutering the Tapu Koko. So we just see a Leaf Blade come out, my opponent calling it. But the Intimidate does allow us to kind of survive that, so I guess that's a positive. We do get the Flare Blitz off into the Cortana and pick up the KO there. Okay, so what do we do now? I mean, we could just go for, switching in Togedemaru now for Fini is so obvious, but we are Scarf Fini, so if we can just get a bit of damage onto the Koko, we probably will be able to kind of close this game up once the Tailwind goes. So I'm going to do that, as obvious as it is. We might just see a Dazzling Gleam and then a Flare Blitz. And Noibat101, thank you so much for the follow. So we switch in Togedemaru. We're going to see a Twinkle Tackle. Is this into Togedemaru? You've got to imagine it is. Yeah, Evilite Murkrow isn't super bulky. I think it's better with Focus Sash, especially in this format with so many fairy types kicking around. Wow, it's into the Arcanine. Is this even going to be enough? Nowhere near enough. We do resist, and we're going to see a Flare Blitz into the Arcanine as well. Into the Togedemaru, which is fine. It takes us down to our Sash. We're going to get a Flare Blitz off into the opposing Tapu Koko. No berry activating from the opposing Arcanine, which is good. And that's fine, because we do respectable damage, I guess. And the Tailwind Pit is out. So I think what we can do here is go for a Flare Blitz into the Koko and just fake out into the Arcanine. Because the Flare Blitz should put Koko into extreme speed range, but we're not going to get to do that. We will get the fake out onto the Arcanine now, which is fine. And actually pick up the KO. Okay. So Togedemaru has a strong fake out. So this is going to be easy enough to close up, and quite nice actually after getting that really unlucky turn early on. I'm just going to spike your shield, Togedemaru, go for the Flare Blitz, and then we can close out with a 3-0 win. So Coco can't really go for, it's kind of forced to go for Dazzling Gleam. And this is one of the really good things about Togedemaru, which you probably already all know anyway, so you don't need me to repeat it. But I do really love Togedemaru. I find like a real love for it within this team. It just operates so well. I think it's one of the standout members of the team. We'll just go for an extreme speed and we'll go for a Zing Zap. But the extreme speed should pick up the KO here. And very good game to my opponent. And the crit didn't win you the game. Such bad sportsmanship. I'm only kidding. I'm only messing around. But the crit was very unfortunate early on. But yes. So what's been going on in the chat? I do think the Sash is better, Mr. Gratz. I think just for this format alone, other formats maybe the EV or Light would have been better, but I think just the prevalence of like Electric and Fairies just really hinders Murkrow's ability to operate really well in this format. But there's arguments for both, but I think probably the Focus Sash does give you a bit more room and guarantees you your strategies off that you want to kind of utilize. And Yuri, I think it's honestly better not to use Murkrow, but I would consider Sash for sure. I think Murkrow's got a definite place within the format. It does perform a really niche role, It's got that Prankster Quash that's extremely good. It gets Feather Dance as well, which not really many people pick up on, which is the equivalent of Charm. So you've got almost priority -2, so it's equivalent to a burn damage, isn't it? Which is really good for neutering big physical type attackers, especially things like Cortana and Garchomp that are a lot faster than maybe some stuff that you're running next to Murkrow. So it can be quite handy, and it's a different tech to look at as well. It does get T-Wave as well, which is quite interesting. I'm pretty sure it gets T-Wave. But I do like Murkrow. It does definitely have a role to play within certain teams. And Command Blocked. I love Togedemaru. It's so good. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Togedemaru is great. And I think everyone else is agreeing with you. Togedemaru, Nigel, is definitely an unsung hero in this team. I definitely agree with that. And Yuri, I need to get a Togedemaru plush. I think that's one of my biggest regrets. In Liverpool, there was loads of them there, and I just didn't get one. And I kind of really kicking myself now. I think that's definitely the next thing I need to get is a Togedemaru plush. I'd love a P2 plush. A shiny Porygon 2 plush would look so good as well. That would be amazing. Alright. Slowly the VGC players are getting divided into Camp Pro Togedemaru and Anti Togedemaru. Yeah, this is true. Everyone should be pro Togedemaru. Togedemaru is cool. Yeah, exactly. Everyone should be pro Togedemaru. Command Blocked. Baz spent a full minute expressing his dislike for it in the video last week, mainly how it countered his circuitry team though. Well, yeah, Baz probably had a good reason right then for hating a bit on Togedemaru, but that just supports how good it is even more, just it shuts down big threats like circuitry so hard, and Tapu Koko just has such a hard time against it. And with the fake out support as well, Spiky Shield's nice for catching sashes and stuff like that. It's amazing. It's just got such good utility. I had a crazy team that I was going to bring on the channel a little while ago, and it was based around a Steelium Z Togedemaru, because players tend to lead things like Tapu Lele against Togedemaru to stop the fake out support and things like that. But even on a -1, you can KO a Tapu Lele. You have to run Gyro Ball, obviously, and this is the one drawback of it. But it's actually really good in testing. The team had a really good win percentage. I'm sure it was around 75 to 80% win percentage. It was really good, really strong, and very good for a best of one team. But you'd catch things like you can KO Gigalith if you're not intimidated with the Corkscrew Crush or Crash, whatever it is, which is insane. And I ran it next to Ninetales, so you could bait in the Gigalith to get the KO there. KO'd Lele, KO'd Bulu. It did a massive chunk to Finny. It was really good. It was really good. Maybe we feature on the channel at some point. It was a bit crazy, but maybe I felt it was too crazy to bring on the channel. But it would be good to feature it at some point, I think. Mr. Gratz, I'd like to have a Tugger plush. I only have a substitute. You have a substitute plush. That's another plush that I want. Yeah, so they're the two plushes that I definitely need in my life. I think the substitute plush and the Togedemaru plush are definitely the plushes that we need. They're amazing. What else? Everyone except Baz. Yeah, I think Baz obviously hates Togedemaru. We should get him on the channel and have a Togedemaru off with him. He might enjoy that. I'm sure he would. In good spirits, of course. A lot of Xerxes users kind of have this burning hatred of Togedemaru, lol. Yeah, Nigel. I would get that as well. Command block, they don't have any plushies. Well, keep an eye on the channel over the next few weeks, because I'm going to have another little competition going on where we're going to have a competition for some cool plushies. So do keep an eye on that. It'll probably be about 3 weeks time, but I've got a little competition lined up where I'm going to be giving out some plushies, so it should be quite fun. So keep an eye out and you might be a lucky winner in that prize draw. What we've got, European Poker Center store when. I know, if we got a European Pokemon Center, that would be like the greatest thing ever. I think I showed you guys this cool phone case that I got for my birthday, and this was imported from the Japanese store, because you just can't get it anywhere else. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's got all the Pikachus dressed up in all the different like Team Rocket, Team Skull, Team Aqua outfits and stuff like that. But yeah, I wish we could get stuff like that over here, because the Japan market has everything, like all the cool stuff. It would be great if we could get it, but never mind. Lee, viewer battles next week. Do you guys want viewer battles next week? If you do, let me know right now, because yeah, that would be really cool. If you guys are up for it, then yes, we'll do viewer battles next week. And I'll tell you what we'll do as well for viewer battles. We'll do any format. So we'll do 2014, 15, 16, 17. We haven't got 18 yet, so we can't do that. We'll do battle spot doubles, anything you guys want. Any format you want to play next week, except singles, because I do not have a singles team. And I hardly ever play singles at all anymore, which is sad. But any format, then we'll play that next week, viewer battles. So that'll be amazing. Great shout as well, Mr. Glatz. Right, I'm gonna have to shoot off in a minute as well, guys. So I'll just read through the comments that we've got left, and then I'll have to wrap things up. I do have to go. My girlfriend is due back in any minute, and I've got to go and have dinner. So I hope you guys don't mind. But it's been amazing fun. Thank you so much as well for all coming out and hanging out. It's been great, as it always is. So, Yuri, I wish I could get a plush from any Mon and my Bremen team in Bremen, but they didn't have any. That's a shame. It's annoying when they don't have the plushes in that you kind of want. I always keep a lookout, and I'm always one of the first people around the plush desk. It's always really cool. I've got like most of my plushes there. Majority of them I got from events and stuff like that. So you get lucky sometimes you don't. And that actually sounds so bad. I didn't even know it has Z Gyro Ball as hype. Yeah, but the beauty about it is, alright, the Z Gyro Ball, okay, so you get the Z Gyro Ball off, you maybe take out a Lele or something, or a Gigalith or something like that, but then you can bring in Tapu Bulu next to it, and you can Gyro Ball Bulu for no damage, because you're way faster than it, so it's like minimal damage, and then you activate a weakness policy on the Tapu Bulu, and then the Tapu Bulu just wrecks everything else that's left. And you run that with rain. So the Bulu is protected from the fire as well as the Togedemaru. Togedemaru protects the rain from the electric, and so on and so on and so on. It could work. Could work. We could possibly see it on the channel. It's good. Stelium Z Togedemaru I haven't heard of yet, but it sounds amazing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else use it at all. It was just a crazy cooped up idea I had. So we might bring it on the channel. If you guys want to see it, then we'll do it. If that would be really cool. Face the Z, Poison Z, Togedemaru. Yeah, I can see the warrant using Poisonium Z on it. It's pretty good, but I think it's a bit underwhelming, and you lose a lot of the big calcs that you maybe want to get with intimidates everywhere in this format, so it's something to think about. But I think because you get the stab boost with the steel type, that's why it kind of, I felt it was a bit of a better option. And like catching things like Lele is so nice, especially Gigalith as well, because players just don't expect Gigalith to go down to a Togedemaru. Like, you would have a Gigalith in front of a Togedemaru like every day of the week and think, yeah, I'm safe here, they're not going to be able to touch me. Zing Zap might flinch me, but who cares, it's doing no damage. And then wham, you launch the corkscrew, crash out and take down the Gigalith, and they're sitting crying behind a DS like I would be in that situation, I think. So it is really good. It's got the surprise factor as well. So we might see it. I really want to get that huge Snorlax plush, to be honest, when you can sleep on. Yes, that is cool. I love that Snorlax plush. I think it's really cool. And yeah, Yuri, Japan does get everything. Polyethan, have you ever felt that you can only play one type of... I've always played teams with a strong lead like Double Duck and Teton Extra, but I've always admired bulky Slaw. I have lots of time to build and are bulky, but I can't seem to hack it. Do you think I should stick to a single type of team or explore different ones? I think, personally, explore different ones. Because as uncomfortable as you are maybe in the initial stages of testing something new, you will get there eventually. You'll learn how that team operates, and you might have to change some things. You might try out a team that you've picked up from a QR code or something like that, and you might get really stuck with certain aspects of it, but other aspects you can kind of get away with alright. And it's just about learning how that team operates. I mean, you watch the QR code series on the channel. There's sometimes I pick up a team like Yip's team this week that we played, and I pick it up straight away and I'm totally lost with it. But I feel, I had 3 games with it. I feel like if I had more games now with it, I'd be able to play it a lot more like he kind of designed it to play. And it's all about just having that patience with teams sometimes. Sometimes stuff you'll never really get on with. There's Pokemon that, I love, but I can just never really use very well. And that's sometimes just how your playstyle suits. Like, I really prefer really bulky Pokemon. I like good synergy and switching round and things like that. There's a fast defensive Pokemon like Pheromosa that I know I could probably use, but I would never be massively and 100% comfortable with, because it's just not something, it's not my type of Pokemon, if you get what I mean. But that wouldn't stop me trying it out, because I think once you've tried it out, you have such a better and broader horizon for not only how that Pokemon operates, but you can kind of get what that Pokemon's weak against as well, and what beats that, and that's where you kind of get the jump on and progressing all the time. So I would definitely, my answer to answer your question would be definitely try other options. And even with how uncomfortable it feels at the start and how maybe backwards you're kind of taking steps to begin with, those steps will start and move forward eventually. And it will improve you overall as a player. It's just a difficult thing to do and adjust to, but that would be my advice. So, moving on. Jason at Moore's up for viewer battles. Excellent. There's 1, so there's 2. We've got VGC 16, so I can play my choice band Rayquaza. Excellent. That is amazing, Mr. Gratz. So that I will look forward to that. I have a lovely... everyone's got great 2016 teams. Nigel with a 2014 team. Excellent. Why not play VGC 2008? Get together. Battle Revolution. That would be amazing. If I had Battle Revolution still, I would definitely play that. I've got a copy of it, but it's at my parents' with my GameCube, which I'm pretty sure Battle Revolution was on, wasn't it? It was, yeah, GameCube. No, it was Wii. It was on the Wii, wasn't it? Which is also my parents', of course. So ignore me. I should do that one week though. Next time I visit my parents, I'll bring that back with me, the game, and then we can set it up and play that maybe. That would be really cool. That's a cool idea. So what have we got? There are usually a few stalls, so thank you guys. Got to go. Work early in the morning. Glad I managed to catch a stream. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. It's been awesome catching you for the stream. Hopefully you can come next week. That'll be awesome. I'm going to be logging off myself in a minute as well. Yes, have a great evening. And Yuri, you've got Battle Revolution in your room. Excellent. I'm pleased you've got it still set up. Battle Revolution was... I'd love if they brought just a new Battle Revolution out. It would be so good. It was such a good game. I sometimes play against my brother. It's so much fun. You're right. It is amazing. I love Battle Revolution. I really hope they do bring out... You know, they're talking about a main series on the Switch, which will be a main series Pokemon game. I really hope it's got features like Battle Revolution has in it, because that would be amazing. And if they don't bring out a side game where you can put those Pokemon into it and it is just Battle Revolution with the commentary and everything like that, it's just perfect Pokemon game. It was great. Okay, legit, are you going to the MSS in like 1 week? Am I going to an MSS in 1 week? I don't know which MSS, but I won't be attending if there's one. If there's one in the UK, I could potentially be. But if it's the one in Bilbao, I will be attending, but I will be commentating. Unfortunately, I will not be playing, but I will be loving the fact that I'll be commentating. So, yeah. I will be there though, so that'll be cool. Yes, let's do that, because I've still got my Pearl copy. I don't know if it's in here or if it's in another room. I have my bag of... I think my Pearl copy's in my other room. But yes, let's do that. That would be absolutely amazing. Let's set up a Battle Revolution thing. That would be awesome. Yes, definitely do that. That would be like the coolest thing. And you're talking to Yuri. So, if anyone's gone to Bilbao and has a Wii U and Battle Revolution and a copy of Pearl, bring it and we'll play. Never mind. We'll do it again in the future command block. I'm totally just, yeah. Okay, cool. Right, guys, I'm gonna shoot off now. So you all have an amazing evening. Thank you so much for coming by to the stream. It's been an absolute pleasure again. We've had some good results with the team. We have 4 matches. We had that bad one in the middle, but I think it was just down to complacency ourselves. So no need to apologise, mate. Nigel, I think the first UK MSS known is the 20th. That's the one I was thinking of. Orpington, I think it is, isn't it? So I will be at that one 100%. And I know Yuri. So that's it, guys. Thanks as always. You take care of yourselves, and I will see you all on Friday for the School Hard Knocks. If not, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you all again next Thursday. So take care. Jason, just a special shout out to you, mate, if you're still watching, if you're still here. Hope you're feeling better very soon, mate. And the rest of you, have an amazing weekend if I don't speak to you beforehand. And I will see you all later on. So thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.